This lesson is 1.3 linear equations in two variables. The exercise page 33 from 9 to 94 odd numbers. I'll take some of them. Number 10, identify the line that has each slope. If you have look at this figure, you'll find L1, line 1, line 2, line 3. And you have slopes m equals 0, m equal negative 3 over 4, m equals 1. And you need to match this with the slopes, with the lines. Look, the horizontal line always has a slope 0. And the vertical line has a slope undefined. And the line which goes from left to right up has a positive slope. And the line which goes down from left to right has negative slope. So m equals 0 is line 2. M equal negative 3 over 4 is line 1. M equals 1 is line 3. Number 12, sketch the line through the point negative 1 over 4 with the indicated slope. Slope 3, slope negative 3, half undefined. First, identify the point negative 4 and 1. This is negative 4 and 1. If you have slope 3, means you go up 3 and 1 to the right. So it will be line 1. Negative 3 means go up 3 and 1 to the left. So it will be line 2. You need to sketch these lines. Slope half means go up 1 and rise 1 and run 2. So it will be line 3. Undefined means a vertical line, which L4. So this is the sketch of the line that passed through negative 4 and 1 and has these slopes in the same graph. Number 14, estimate the slope of the line. Here I have a line. You follow me from your book. You'll find this graph and I need to get the slope. Just try to figure out a right angle triangle and find the rise over run. It will be 2 over 1. So the slope is 2. In number 18, y equals x minus 10. And the slope is 1, the y-intercept is negative 10. Here, identify the slope and y-intercept in number 18. So the slope, because the standard equation is y equal mx plus b. This is equation in slope-intercept form. The m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So you have x minus 10. So the slope is 1. It's not written. And the y-intercept equals negative 10. In number 26, y plus 4 equals 0. You have to modify this equation. Take the 4 to the other side. Since you don't have x, so it will be 0x minus 4. So the slope is 0 and the y-intercept equals negative 4. 30. Find the slope that passed through 2 points. This is the rule. If you have 2 points, x1, y1, x2, y2, and you want to get the slope, it will be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So in number 30, you have 2 points. Then it will be negative 8 minus 0 and 0 minus 12. It will be 2 over 3. 52. Y minus y. Write the equation that passed through a point and has a certain slope. You have two kind of forms for the equation. This form y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. This is called the point slope form. We use it when you have a slope and a point. and y equals mx plus b, this is called the slope-intercept form. If you have the slope and the y-intercept. In number 52, you have a point which is 0 and 10, and the slope which is negative 1, and you need to write the equation of the line. First, use the first form, y minus y1, this is x1 and this is y1. Y minus 10 equals the slope which is negative 1 times x minus x1. x1 is 0. And then simplify this equation. Negative 1 times x, negative x, and negative 1 times 0 equals 0. Take the negative term to the other side, to be y equals negative x plus 10. So I wrote it now in this form, which is slope-intercept form. In number 60, you have a point which is negative 10 and 4. M is undefined, and you need to write the equation of the line. Here I wrote this note. The undefined slope means that the line is vertical. The equation of the vertical line is x equals a. A means the first number, the first component, where a is the first component of any point on the line. So the equation will be x equals negative 10. This is the equation of the line that pass through negative 10 and 4 and has an undefined slope, means a vertical line. It means that this line, if you want to sketch it, it is a line that cuts the x-axis at negative 10. That's it. Number 66, find the equation of the line that passed through 4, 3, and negative 4 and negative 4. First, you have to get the slope of this line, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This minus this over this minus this. You'll get a 7 over 8. By means of this slope, the new slope, and one of these 2 points, you can write the equation. Use the point slope form. Y minus y1, let's say 3, equals m, which is 7 over 8, times x minus x1, which is 4. And then simplify this equation. You will get y equals 7 over 8x plus 0.5. Let's take number 80, but before going to number 80, we'll talk about the parallel and perpendicular lines. If you have 2 lines parallel, L1 and L2, then the slope of L1 is the same slope of L2, M1 equals M2. If L1 perpendicular to L2, then the slope of L1 is negative reciprocal of L2, means M1 equals negative 1 over M2. That means in number 80, you have 2 lines. L1 equals y equals 4x minus 1. L2 equals y equals 4x plus 7. Identify these 2 lines. They are 2 parallel lines. Why? Because they have the same slope, 4, 4. Since M1 equals 4 and M2 equals 4, so they are parallel lines. In 82, look, this is negative 4 over 5 and this is 4 over 5. This is the negative reciprocal of this. So these 2 lines are perpendicular. In 84, you have 2 lines passing through 2 points, this one and this one. First, get the slope of the first one and the slope of the second one. Look at these 2 slopes. They are neither parallel nor perpendicular, because they are neither equal nor negative reciprocal of each other. 88, x plus y equals 7 and has a point negative 3 and 2. Modify this equation to be y equals negative x plus 7 and he asks me to write the equation which passes through this point and parallel to this line. So if it is parallel to this line, so it has the same slope, so the m1 will be -1. The line which is parallel to this line and pass through the point -3 and 2, it has the same slope of this one, which is -1, and the point which is -3 and 2. So write it in the point slope form: y1 minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Use the same slope of the first line, which is -1, and the point, which this is x1 and this is y1. The line which is perpendicular to the line x plus y equals 7 and pass through -3 and 2 is, also use the point slope form: y minus 1 equals m times x minus x1. But since it is perpendicular, means its slope is the negative reciprocal of -1, means it will be 1/1, which is 1. And use the same point, which is x equals 3 and y equals -2, and then simplify to get the equation. Thank you.